If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet.
Do you feel that organically raised cows contribute less to the methane that's released into the atmosphere?
Absolutely, yeah. So organic, and then as well as being grass grazed. So if your land is certified organic and the cows are only getting organic grass that's not chemically processed, definitely that changes their gut biome, that changes the way that they digest their grass, and so we don't have a lot of that wasteful, destructive methane.
Yeah, when you pasteurize a product, the enzymes are denatured, the proteins are denatured. There's 2,100 different kinds of protein in milk, in mother's milk too, that are completely changed during heat. It's not homogenized, and the good beneficial yogurt-like bacteria are there. They're not changed. And the oligosaccharide sugars, which are key, critical to establish the immune system in the gut, with all those good bacteria taking up their place to protect you and make enzymes, because bacteria make enzymes, make vitamins, protect you from invasion of bad bacteria. All of those kinds of factors are working perfectly. So this is medicine, it's not food. It's literally over the line in terms of all the good things it can do for your health.
Yeah, really interesting. I never knew this.
Nobody talks about it because the dairy industry can't sell raw milk. Only the farmer can sell raw milk. So the farmers here, we talk about it all the time. The dairy industry never talk about this because it's not something they can do. Remember this, in the future, health will be associated with the farmer that you see and not the pharmacy.
If I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. All I want is you, will you be my bride?
So, one of the things that causes vegetables not to taste good is nitrogen. And if you apply nitrogen to the soil while the plants are growing, they will grow very fast, and they'll get very big, and they will be very green. But they won't taste very good. And anybody can do that. You don't have to be a conventional farmer. There's lots of nitrogen products that organic farmers can use, and many of them do use them because you make more money if your crop grows in 6 weeks instead of 10 weeks. But for us, we apply compost on the soil before we plant, and we don't add anything, and we don't spray anything ever on the plants. After that,
do you think organic farming provides more nutritious food than regular farming?
If it's done well, yes, but you can certainly take any endeavor and do it sort of, half-butted, since you're filming this. But so if someone just doesn't spray their crops, but they don't weed, they don't hoe, they don't, care about soil fertility, then you're not necessarily going to have a more nutritious product. You just won't have one that sprayed with, weed pesticides and stuff like that. So.
How do you think organic farming affects the environment and the organisms in it, such as animals and humans?
Again, I think it depends how well the participants of organic farming, how well they implement, their practice and what kind of standards they have. So if it's done really well, I think, you can avoid killing like bees and other beneficial insects that you want. You can avoid polluting our groundwater with the leaching of chemicals and toxins into the deep aquifers and stuff. But if done poorly, you can have terrible erosion and all kinds of problems like that too. So it really depends on the level of organic farming, the farmer is doing. So if you go to some of these other farms, they'll tell you, oh yeah, we're not organic, but we don't spray. Well, you just have to trust them on their word, because there's no certifier who's telling you, yeah, they don't spray. That's just, and that could just be some person that was hired by the farmer, and they just tell them, oh, say whatever you want. Or some of them might be legitimate, and they might have just not paid for the certification. So it's just a way of being sure. That's why I do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you think organic farming affects the environment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You use any chemical-based pesticides or fertilizers or anything like that, and it's soaking back into the ground. It's getting into your local water supplies, which of course affects birds and fish and the whole chain, because everybody is sourced originally from water.
Yeah.
Oh, all I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want
There are also cons to organic farming. One being organic food may go bad more quickly because farmers don't use pesticides and chemicals to enhance their growth. Also, a major con to organic farming is that it's much more expensive than conventional farming because more time and work is put into it. And a family with children really have to think about whether they want to spend that extra money on food. Also, there are time constraints since the farmers allow the plants to grow at their own pace. Also, organic farmers need to be certified, and that process takes 3 to 5 years in most cases, which is a long time, and some farmers aren't willing to take that time to become organic. Fabulous.
Although conventional farming or non-organic farming can be cheaper, there are cons to it. Many conventional farms or non-organic farms use harmful chemicals as pesticides to spray their plants with. Later on, these plants absorb these harmful chemicals and are eaten by other animals and humans. These harmful pesticides can be absorbed by the fruit, which are then eaten by other animals and humans. Through biological magnification, this poison is put into a higher magnitude once it reaches its final predator, which can become very deadly for them. When these harmful pesticides are leaked into our water, they get into our oceans and into our groundwater, which we later use for our cities and our populations.
Non-organic farming may seem to have a lot of cons, but it actually has some pros. One of the pros is that non-organic farming costs a lot less because you're using pesticides and like these chemicals that are seem bad for the environment, but actually it allows for more crops to successfully grow. So you have a higher yield, and with having a higher yield, you don't necessarily need to use more land for your crops. So in the long run, it saves money, not just for the farmer, but for the people that buy it, because the produce is a lot cheaper when they buy it. Cut.
There are many pros to organic farming. The first and probably one of the most important is that organic farming reduces the amount of toxins in the environment, from everything to the soil to the water we drink. Because when you use organic farming, you use less pesticides, and therefore those pesticides don't get into the water and flow down the streams. And that also reduces the amount of pollution in our environment. Organic farming avoids the use of toxic chemicals like pesticides. The topsoil is able to better survive and thrive, and therefore it promotes better biodiversity. Together all the carrots that the average American will eat in their lifetime. And then
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Go organic!
They see me rolling.